Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 175 here on season number 2. And today we are getting into my first look at Bumped. These videos are meant for educational purposes only and not meant to be taken as financial advice. You're responsible for your assets and to properly protect them. So always, please do your own research. So today, there was a lot of news that came out today as far as like the app world is concerned, like stash banking, new ETFs that were rolling out, all that kind of stuff. And then also just in the market in general, Zynga doing a little partnership, maybe working on some games with Disney. So I got this email from Bump and there was a video that I did probably about 2 months ago where I cover more in depth about what is Bump. So in case you're wondering, feel free to check that video out. I'll link it up right up here. But I got this email today. We'll go ahead and take a look at the email first. It basically says, Bumped, you're invited. Today's the day. The email is your official invite to sign up for Bumped. Here's how to get started. Download the Bumped app for iOS or Android. Sign up, use your email, all that kind of stuff. And then check out our frequently asked questions or hit us up at support@bumped.com. I went ahead and did all that information, filled out all the app, all that kind of stuff. Basically standard questions that they would ask for any type of investment account or any account in general. Your name, date of birth, last name, and then because they are, buying stock for you or rewarding you with stock for the purchase that you make when you go to a store, you do have to give them your social security number, so that way in case, for IRS purposes and all that kind of stuff. And then also your address as well for any like related things to stocks in case they need to contact you. They can go ahead and send mail to you. Go ahead and actually open up the app and take a look. So this is Bumped right here, and it's a little bit to load. The nice thing about it is that obviously like they do have my email address, password already saved, but I can just use my finger to log in. I don't have to like type my password in every single time. Awaiting my purchases. Obviously I just linked my account today, so there's going to be no qualifying purchases yet. I haven't went and spent any money today. Then also my brokerage account is still pending. I assume that that'll be approved tomorrow or maybe Monday, Tuesday, something around there. But as far as like the actual app goes, they've got the home page, they've got loyalty selections. We'll go and take a look at that. They've got the stock, which kind of is like a pie. It gives you a breakdown of your pie cash balance. Unfortunately, right now they don't allow you to purchase stock. You have to only acquire stock by the rewards. I assume though that moving forward that this will be an option that Bumped plans on releasing, is the option to buy stock in companies. As far as history goes, this should show all your transactions should be here. Then your linked cards are going to be right here, which are my Navy Federal cards. And then you can also link more. So I'll probably end up linking maybe my Chime card and maybe some other bank cards that I do have as well. And then also your profile, which has we don't want to show that. They do have down here like some messages. So I guess like if you get a message from Bumped or whatever, it's a great way to communicate. I don't know if like I can connect straight to support right through here. That's so cool. Documents. So this is where they're going to keep probably stuff that you would need as an investor. Tax documents as well. And then they got the help button, which takes you to either the knowledge base, which takes you to support@bumped.com, which is frequently asked questions or beta account support. And then they also got submit a request. So this is pretty cool stuff. We'll actually go ahead now and take a look at the loyalty selection. So they've got a few, like tons of different variety as far as loyalty selection. And we'll just go ahead and take a brief look at the percents that are offered for each one of the different categories. So as far as airlines go, it's basically 0.5% each one of these different airlines. Apparel, 1% basically in all these different brands. Burgers are going to be about 3% into each one of these brands. So 3% Dairy Queen, 3% Jack in the Box, 3% McDonald's, 3% Wendy's. Coffee, which is, I'm interested in. I love to drink coffee. They got 2% of Dunkin' Donuts and 2% of Starbucks. So it's really cool that they're not like, some of them are like super comparative. So it's not like, oh, well, Starbucks does 3% and Dunkin' Donuts does 2%. So obviously I'm going to go to Starbucks instead of Dunkin' Donuts. It's really cool that there's like non-competition, but I think it would be awesome if these companies started to be like, hey, you know what? If we offered 3%, we'd probably get more traction, especially as their subscriber base to Bumped continues to grow. Department stores, 1% at JCPenney's, 1% at Kohl's, 1% at Nordstrom's, 1% at Sears. I don't know who shops at any of those stores anymore. No, drugstores, 2% at CVS, 1% at Walgreens. Family dining, 2% at Applebee's, 2% at Chili's, 2% at Olive Garden, 2% at Red Robin. Groceries, the Kroger family store. We don't really shop a whole lot of Kroger, but that might be something that we look forward to moving into the future. Home improvement, 1% at Lowe's, 1% at Home Depot. This will help me out quite a bit because I go to Home Depot a ton to buy wood and stuff for my business. And so it'll be nice to get an additional 1% back on top of what I get from purchasing stuff with my credit card. Hotels, resorts, 0.5% at the Hilton, Hyatt, Marriott, and Comfort or Choice Suites. Ice cream, 3%. You get 3% back at Baskin Robbins. So go eat your heart out with some ice cream. I guess Dairy Queen should be in here too, but they're like a burger joint. Maybe they like rebranded themselves or something. But as far as I know, I only know them for the Blizzard. Mexican food, you got Chipotle Mexican Grill or the Taco Bell. You get 2% at each one of those. Movies, 2% back at AMC, 2% back at Cinemark, and 2% at Fandango. Music subscriptions, this is one that I'm really excited about. 1% back at Pandora, 3% back at Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and you get 5% back at Spotify. 5% back. That's a lot of money that you could be getting back as far as reward in stock into Spotify, which is a newer company. Online retail, you get 0.5% back at Amazon, 1% at Jet, 1% at Overstock, and 1% at Wayfair. I only have heard of Jet.com and Amazon, and maybe a little bit of Overstocked as far as like advertisements, but I've never actually used them. Pizza, 1% back at Domino's. Get this, guys, 5% back at Papa John's. In case you want to go buy Papa John's pizza, heaven forbid, I don't know who does this these days, but you get 5% back at Papa John's, 2% back at Papa Murphy's, 2% back at Pizza Hut. So Domino's, I feel kind of bad because I like in my review, I was like really harping on Domino's, like this would be awesome. And like they're the lowest percent out of all the pizza places. Superstores, 1% back at Target, 1% back at Walmart. That'll be pretty nice because who doesn't shop at Walmart or Target, right? Telecommunications, 1% back from AT&T, 1% back from T-Mobile, or you get 3% back from Verizon. Utilities, 1% back from Portland General Electric. So if you're up in Oregon, hey, congrats. Video subscriptions, 1% back from Netflix or 5% back from Sling TV. I've never heard of Sling TV. I guess that's because I might live under a little bit of a rock. And then vineyards, in case wine is up your alley, you get 1% back from Willamette Valley Vineyards. And I'm not a wine connoisseur, so I have that like literally means nothing to me. But maybe they offer good wine, and that's right up your alley. So hey, congrats, get 1% back as far as reward in stock. So I'm really excited to see where this app goes moving forward. Like for me, this is, I think, like I was saying in my previous where I discuss about Bump, I think that this is a game changer as far as rewards programs go, first of all. And then second of all, I think that if this app is able to start offering the purchase of stocks with using dollar cost average and that kind of stuff, applying some of the market strategy to the app, guys, I think that this is going to be one of the superior apps moving forward into the future. So I'm really excited about where this app goes moving forward. And I guess time will tell. And I honestly, I want to go buy something tomorrow from like each one of these different places so that I can have a qualifying purchase and get stock, right? Like, why not? Anyways, we'll go ahead and leave it right there. Let's jump to the question of the day, which is, what is a society doing now that in 20 years will be laughed at and ridiculed? Playing Fortnite while streaming. Playing Fortnite while streaming, I think, is something. Well, first of all, playing Fortnite will be ridiculed, and then also streaming, I think, will be something that's ridiculed because in 20 years, who knows where the technology will be, but I don't think it will be streaming, and I don't think it will be Fortnite. Bet your bottom's dollar. Anyways, like I always say, if you got any questions, you already stash. Acorns, Robinhood, M1 Finance, Bumped, General Investing, Business Etsy Coaching. Post those questions down below. I'm gonna have to cut that shorter somehow. Feel free to hit the subscribe button right up here. Check out these two videos right here in the link. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.